The world was thriving, but something was terribly wrong. People forgot God and followed only their own desires. Greed, violence, and evil spread across the entire earth. With every generation, darkness grew stronger and deeper. Yet one man stood apart from the world around him. His name was Noah, a man unlike anyone else alive. While others chose evil, Noah chose kindness and truth. Day after day, Noah faithfully walked with God. His family followed the same path of faith and obedience. Among millions, Noah's heart caught God's attention. From heaven above, God looked upon his creation. What he saw filled his heart with deep sorrow. Violence and corruption had taken over the world. Humanity had wandered far from God's perfect ways. But one faithful man still honored God every day. Then God chose Noah for an extraordinary purpose. A mission was coming that would change history forever. Noah had no idea what God was about to reveal. Through Noah, God would rescue life from disaster. And so, one of the greatest stories ever began. Noah listened in shock as the warning unfolded. God began revealing his extraordinary plan to Noah. A massive ark would become their place of safety. Its size and purpose were beyond imagination. The ark would preserve life through the coming flood. Without hesitation, Noah chose faith over fear. Noah returned home carrying God's life-changing message. Soon, his family would learn God's incredible plan. The mission ahead would require them all together. A journey of faith was about to begin at last. The chosen ground for the ark was finally prepared. Careful planning marked the start of God's command. Timber and tools were gathered for the great work. Every detail followed the instructions God had given. With faith, the first hammer struck the wood. The sound of the first hammer echoed across the land. Day after day, Noah and his family worked faithfully together. Slowly, the great structure began to rise. Every beam followed God's exact instructions, and faith kept them moving forward. Month after month, the ark continued rising higher. The entire family carried the burden together. The ark could now be seen from far away. Many wondered what Noah was building. But Noah stayed faithful to God's plan. People began laughing as the ark rose higher and higher. But Noah kept building, ignoring all their mockery. They believed the flood would never come at all. Noah warned them, but most refused to believe him. Still, Noah stayed faithful and continued the work. Day by day, the ark grew larger under God's command. Noah and his family worked together without stopping. Every beam was placed exactly as God instructed. The ark now towered high above the surrounding land. God's promise was unfolding step by step before them. Noah stood ready as construction of the ark began. With every hammer strike, the ark slowly took shape. His sons worked hard, carrying heavy beams together. Day by day, the massive ark began rising higher. Noah looked up, trusting every step of God's plan. Noah carefully followed every detail God had given. He guided the workers with steady faith and wisdom. In quiet prayer, Noah stayed connected to God daily. The ark grew larger as faith and obedience continued. Noah never stopped, trusting God even without answers. Noah gave one final warning to anyone who would listen. But only his family chose to trust God's promise. As Noah watched the horizon, the skies began to change. The approaching storm strengthened their faith. Yet most people continued life as if nothing would happen. The ark was nearly complete. Noah carefully finished the last important details. Animals began appearing from every direction. 2 by 2, they journeyed toward the ark. Noah's family watched in amazement. The sky grew darker with every passing hour. Still, many people carried on with their daily lives. Noah and his family entered the ark. A strong wind swept across the land. The final moments before the flood had arrived. Inside the ark, Noah's family waited quietly in faith. Outside, dark storm clouds covered the entire sky. Then the massive ark door began closing by God's power. With a final movement, the great door sealed shut. Noah looked upward, trusting God with all his heart. The sky grew darker as heavy storm clouds gathered above. At last, the first raindrop struck the dry ground below. People stopped and stared as rain began falling around them. The rainfall quickly grew stronger across the landscape. Inside the ark, Noah heard rain striking the wooden roof. Relentless rain poured down as rivers overflowed their banks. Floodwaters rushed across the land, covering fields and roads. People ran for higher ground as the waters chased behind. Surrounded by rising waters, the ark remained strong and steady. From inside the ark, Noah's family watched the raging storm. The floodwaters climbed higher until they reached the ark. The sound of the first hammer echoed across the land. Noah's family felt the ark gently move upon the water. The ark floated above a world, disappearing beneath the flood. Alone upon the waters, the ark drifted beneath dark skies. The flood spread endlessly, reaching farther with each passing day. Hills and valleys vanished beneath the ever-rising waters. The ark floated alone across a vast ocean of floodwaters. Looking outside, Noah could see only water in every direction. A ray of light broke through the clouds above the ark. Each day, Noah and his sons cared for the animals aboard. The family worked together to organize food and supplies. Inside the ark, the animals rested peacefully, side by side. Noah's family gathered together and offered thanks to God. As night fell, the ark drifted safely beneath the stars. Days became weeks as the ark drifted across endless waters. Inside the ark, life followed the same routine every day. Even the animals seemed eager for the journey to end. Though answers seemed distant, Noah continued trusting God. Beyond the ark, endless waters still covered the world. Then Noah opened the window he had built into the ark. He released a raven to explore the flooded world below. The bird flew across the waters, searching for a place to rest. But Noah still had no clear sign that the earth was dry. After waiting, Noah chose to send out a dove. The dove soared across the waters searching for dry land. But everywhere the dove looked, water still covered the earth. Finding nowhere to rest, the dove returned to the ark. The bird's return showed that the waters remained high. Far away, signs of dry land were beginning to appear. Noah released the second dove. The dove found something unseen for many months. It carried proof that the floodwaters were retreating. As evening approached, Noah continued watching and waiting. The olive leaf brought hope that a new beginning was near. 7 days later, Noah released the dove once more. This time, the world below looked very different. Dry land was appearing across the earth once again. Noah waited patiently for the dove to return. When it never returned, Noah knew the earth was recovering. Soon after, Noah opened the covering of the ark. Sunlight filled the ark as the covering was removed. Before him lay a world being renewed after the flood. The family stood in awe of what they could finally see. Their long journey was ending, and a new beginning awaited. At last, Noah stepped onto dry ground. The earth was silent, fresh, and newly restored. Noah felt the ground beneath him with deep gratitude. One by one, the animals left the ark in peace. New beginning had finally come to the world. Noah built an altar to thank God. He prepared a place of worship and gratitude. Noah offered a sacrifice of thanksgiving to God. His family joined him in worship and gratitude. Promise from God was about to be revealed. After the sacrifice, the land became completely silent. Then, a divine presence filled the sky with light. Noah listened as God spoke to him once again. God blessed the earth to become alive again. A new covenant of peace was being given to mankind. The storm clouds finally began to disappear. Light and rain came together in a beautiful sign. A rainbow stretched across the heavens above the earth. Noah and his family witnessed God's promise. God promised that the earth would never be destroyed by flood again. God confirmed his covenant with all living things. Noah understood God's mercy had saved the world. Life spread again across the renewed earth. The earth was given a new beginning. A promise of peace was written across the sky. Noah began planting life in the renewed earth. The land responded with growth and abundance. They built a new life from the ground up. Hope returned to future generations. The earth was alive again in peace. Noah lived to see a restored world. He taught his family to walk with faith. People began to spread across the earth again. His journey became a story of faith. A story that would never be forgotten.